man who scored Wolves' winning goal in last year's League Cup final at Wembley is recalled for the big occasion. He's only played one senior game since the 18th of October, following an injury received during training, but now he believes that he's fully fit. And it's a poignant day too for the Wolves' number 5, John McAlle, who in last year's FA Cup tie between these two clubs broke a leg after coming on as substitute and only returned to the Wolves' first team in the third round of this season's FA Cup. Watford are unchanged, and they include at number 11 Malcolm Poskett, who scored twice in that 3-0 win at Molineux in last year's 5th round. But at number 2, the Watford captain is unique when it comes to the FA Cup, because Pat Rice has played in 5 of the last 10 finals, all for Arsenal of course, and he joined Watford from there earlier this season. The referee this afternoon is one of our FIFA officials, Alf Gray from Great Yarmouth. Watford start their 36th cup tie since Graham Taylor took over as manager here in the summer of 1977. Usual atmosphere at Vicarage Road on a cup occasion, full of expectancy. That's Callahan for Watford on the right wing. Wolves are wearing white today. Here's George Berry. The goalkeeper Paul Bradshaw, who didn't play in the 3-0 defeat at Molineux against Watford last season. Mick Kearns was in goal that day, Bradshaw was injured. There's Andy Gray's first touch, and it's a foul on him by Steve Sims. Kick being taken by John McAlle. In goes Gray with the header. That's loose, and a shot from Richards. Feels for handball. Gray. Ball's gone out for a corner. Richards had the shot. There was appeals by the Wolves players that it might have caught a Watford defender on the arm, but not intentional, so no penalty. Gray comes in again. Well, what a start he's made. 2 important touches already. When Andy Gray's in form, there are very few better centre-forwards in the country. And Jock Stein, among others, will be watching his return with particular interest. This is Daniel. Just passed a fitness test this morning, Peter Daniel, on a knee injury. Oh, Sims misjudged that. Jacket, though, is covering. Here comes Atkinson. There's Gray, and there's Gray again. Oh, well, he might have had a hat-trick already, and he knows he could have finished better there. A slip in the Watford defence, first by Sims, then when Gray had his first strike, hesitation again, he got a second shot in, but only straight at the goalkeeper, who must have been very relieved. There's McAlle to Daniel. Now Richards. Jacket dispossessing him. Holyfield. Cut and thrust of cup football already evident. He's 19, is Mick Holyfield. Got into the Wolves team this season. Armstrong's flick to Poskett. Callahan is free on the right if he can be found. There's a long way though. McAlle. Here's Daniel. Gray to his right. There's Gray. In the middle, John Richards being joined by Eves and Daniel now. This is Hibbett. And that's Richards. Right across. Ricocheting off the defender. Gray again, and a corner off Sims. It was Pat Rice who got in the way of the first one from Richards. Sims who put the second one out for a corner. Bliss it away. Jeff Palmer hits Poskett with the shot. Palmer again feeding it in. Oof, George Berry was nearly in. Daniel. They're queuing up at the far post. Palmer. Daniel. Good cross. Hibbett across, still loose, and Watford, living on their nerves rather at the back, still give the ball away. Berry, Holyfield, Hibbett, Daniel. It's on possibly for Richards in the middle. Good header out by Rice. And it's all Wolves at the moment. Daniel again. Hibbett. Gray's gone near post, let it run, and away by Sims. Well, Andy Gray thought he'd boxed them all. It was a good dummy, but it didn't quite come off because Sims got the ball away. Hit it with the throw. Goalkeeper's coming this time, and he's not sure either, but Train was. Blissett, and a break on for Watford, possibly with Callahan. Well, the Watford goal then was under siege, and quite how they survived, nobody's entirely sure. Gray again the target. Sims with the header, here's Daniel. Looking for some space, finding Berry. That's aimed at Richards. It's come to Eaves, and that was Rice away for a corner. Blissett's back header and away by Sims. That's twice they've nearly put the ball in their own goal. Sims got it away, but I fancy Blissett got the first touch that almost put it in. Ball went back towards his own goal and Sims got it out. Now, will Daniel change his mind now and try the outswinger, because Andy Gray has hung further back for this one. And in he comes, and Sherwood was fouled as he went down by Holyfield, and a brave piece of goalkeeping brings the reward of a free kick against 19-year-old Nick Holyfield. Holyfield, Richards is down the left, being marked again by Jacket. Sims, here's Eaves. Watford still over-anxious, not finding their men when they move out of defence, and Berry not finding his goalkeeper either, and turning what was a fairly harmless situation for Wolves into a dangerous one. Apologising to Bradshaw, but Watford were scrambling the ball out of anything at one end, and suddenly they got a corner at the other, to be taken by Jacket. Atkinson's header away. Blissett, still Blissett, and Blissett's shot. Storming drive, the wrong side of the post by Luther Blissett, but worth the effort. It's the first true shot on goal that Watford have had. Holyfield, Gray and Sims. Well, Sims has settled down well now, and in the last 20 minutes or so he's got the better of Gray. Eaves. Harrison's header out, then Taylor, then Armstrong, now Callahan. Looking for Blissett against Berry. It's a question of pace, and Blissett's on his way. And he's beaten him, and who's in the middle? Nobody yet, but here they come now. It's still Blissett, and he's hit the goalkeeper. Armstrong! It's there! Jerry Armstrong scores for Watford, and Luther Blissett made it possible. Bradshaw debates what happened, but the answer is simple. Watford played it well out of defence, very well indeed, and Blissett beat Berry for pace. He went on, he got round the back, he knew he couldn't score from there, he looked up, they were arriving late, then he shot, hit the goalkeeper, Armstrong followed up, and it's 1-0 to Watford. Vicarage Road celebrates a goal by the second division side, coming just before half-time, completely against the run of the play, but here's an offside decision against Andy Gray. Graham Taylor's face registering no emotion, but his side, frankly, and I think he would agree, are fortunate on the run of play to be in the lead. But in cup football, it's a one-off, and goals like that coming when they did, just on the half-time whistle, are so important. And Jerry Armstrong, who a year ago scored twice for Spurs in the fourth round in a replay against Swindon and won the game, scores here with just seconds remaining in the first half to give Watford the lead against a Wolves team who did everything except score. So can Wolves in the white avoid going out of the FA Cup for the second season running to Watford? They're a goal down, but here's Hibbett. Turning it in for Eves. Goal kick. Most of the activity in the first half in the goal mouth of Steve Sherwood, but he survived. And Watford got the break. Away by Sims. Interesting, this battle between Sims and Gray. Gray started off very much in command of the number 5, but the roles have been reversed since. Wolves have been looking to Gray now to try and turn this match round for them. Corner. Here's Holyfield. In again by McCall. There's Gray. That's Eves. And away by Rice. Eves should have middled his shot better than that, I would have thought. He had time to see it coming down on the volley. And Gray's got a chance here. He's through. Oh, he's given it to Richards. And off the line. Richards again. Right across. And it's got in. Richards get that in from there. Gray gave him the ball. Richards' first shot blocked by Sims, and the second one, well, it looked like Pat Rice, but it ricocheted off and went in for the equaliser. But Wolves congratulating Richards. Just the moment when Wolves would have wanted to score before Watford had had time to settle on this lead in the second half. And now what a cup tie we've got in prospect. Rice. It's going to be Sims with the throw. Sims again. Away by Berry. It's come to Taylor. And again Sims. Armstrong. Callahan didn't middle that. That's it. This is Eves. Tricky player, isn't he? Brilliantly done. Right across, and Hibbett at the far post, goes down in a heap and puts his effort over the bar. Harrison, the number 3, got a pat on the back from his goalkeeper, and that was for doing enough to put Hibbett off. It may have looked an easy chance. Eves squirmed his way through beautifully, chipped the ball to the far post, but I think the jump by Harrison was enough to make Hibbett put his header over the bar. Off goes Hugh Atkinson, and on comes the experienced figure of Derek Parkin, the left-back for many years, but now replacing a midfield player. And he comes on with 19 minutes to go, and the score 1-1. That's Train. Poskett. Train again. Jacket. Blissett is up there. Foul though by him on the call. And the substitution by Watford. They're going to take off young Nigel Callaghan, number 7, and replace him with the former Lincoln player John Ward. An attacker thrown into the game here late on in an attempt to snatch the winning goal, which the second division side must be chasing in the last 10 minutes. Callaghan back on the bench. Jacket. Here's Gray. Here's Parkin. Gray's header, he gives everything in those jumps, but Watford just coping with him for the moment. Armstrong now trying to make something for them on the left with Blissett. Blissett's got Ward to his right, Armstrong to his left. There are two waiting in the centre. That's a good early ball, but John McAlle is underneath it. Blissett. Harrison. Again McAlle, getting his head to it. Blissett again for Watford. That's a good effort. Oh, a screamer from Blissett, and what a save by Bradshaw. Luther Blissett had time to line that up, and that was the best shot we've seen all afternoon. And Bradshaw responded with a magnificent fingertip save. Armstrong jumping, Gray heading out. Rice with the throw. Ward, Rice, Jacket. Blissett on the far post. Oh, it ricocheted off Armstrong in the end, I think, for a goal kick. I think he was amused by the rebound. He didn't know what had hit him exactly, but it was the ball. So, a replay on Tuesday as Watford of the second division and Wolves of the first division draw 1-1. A cup tie played in an excellent spirit. John Richards, who from an apparently impossible angle squeezed the shot, perhaps via a defender and a post, into the net for the equaliser. And Jerry Armstrong, whose goal just before half-time had put Watford ahead.